Hi folks, and welcome to this episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. You've been seeing, if you've been following my videos recently, I've got doing a little series on my $100 boat adventure. I'm going to be posting a video pretty soon where I pulled off the lower unit off the back of this, or the outdrive off the back of this boat. At this point in time, we're doing a salvage thing. What can we pull off? What can we sell? What goes to the dump? And so on. Next step is pulling the motor out of the boat. Pulling the motor out of the boat is relatively simple. You just need a couple of the right tools. Engine hoist is very valuable to have and use. A couple of wrenches, disconnect some wiring harnesses, and then on these Mercruiser outdrives, and it just lifts up and separates and comes right out of there, which I think is pretty slick. It's not bolted in too hard and heavy. It's got 2 front motor mount bolts. It's got 2 rear motor mount bolts, I believe is all. I undo those, undo a couple of wiring harness connections, take a couple of ground bolts loose, and this bad boy lifts right out of there. So I'm gonna walk around here and show you real quick. And I got a tarp kind of covering things up because we've been having some weather lately and I've been wanting to keep this kind of dry. So let's go take a look. All right, I'm gonna go just point out a couple things here that you gotta unhook. So right here, as you can see, there's a hose clamp holding that on. That actually connects the whole wiring harness to the motor that comes from the front of the boat, from this control center up at the front of the boat, and the battery and all that fun stuff, all your wiring connections. So it looks like I need to excuse me, undo that. There's another connection right here that I'm going to unplug. There's this red wire that runs from here over to that solenoid. I'm going to take that loose, and then the power cable on the starter, I'll take that loose, and then the fuel pump, the fuel pump line disconnects there, and that takes in, I think that pretty much disconnects this side of the boat from the motor. Let's walk around the other side real quick. This side even gets a little simpler, I believe. You can actually see one of the bolts I need to take loose right there. These hose clamps, I need to take 1 or 2 of those loose so this thing will separate from the exhaust, from the exhaust pipe here. I've got to take loose this throttle connection that goes to the throttle cable is connected here. We'll take that loose. The rest of the motor, and I'll probably disconnect this ground wire down here on the block. It's not really hooked to anything back here. It probably just come right out, but I'm like, let's just get that cleared out of the way. As you can see, I've already removed the front motor mount, so that's not even there anymore. That's laying somewhere right there. So, and then I will connect on right there. I'll point right at it there. That loop right there is a lifting point. And I believe there's one in the back here. I don't see it from this side. Usually there's another lift point back here that I can hook onto with my engine hoist chains. And then we'll just pick this bad boy right on up out of here. Usually engine hoists don't go quite high enough to always clear the back of the boat with the bottom of the motor. So typically you go up as high as you can, and then what I'll do is I'll grab the front of the boat, raise it up, which will lower the back end of the boat, and I'll pull the boat out from underneath it. And then I can lower the motor down onto my cart or whatever I'm going to store it on. But I think that should be the long and the short of it. I'm estimating less than an hour it should take for you to pull this motor the rest of the way out. And that's actually using some care and not destroying wiring or any other things in between. So these are, like I said, a very simple setup overall. So I'm going to do a lot of time lapse here so you can see me going after it. I'll kind of keep track of the time it takes me to actually do it. I might actually record it in true time and then collapse it so I can actually have a true capture of the time it takes to do it. Still curious where that other lifting point is. Let's see if I can find it here. And I'll have this tarp out of the way while I'm doing all that. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm sure I can grab a bolt back here on the backside somewhere to tie my chain on to. But, well, let's get after it. I'm gonna go cook me some supper and then get out here. Dang, well, I got this cough. Get out here and get after this thing and get her tore apart. And then I'm ready to get rid of the boat, get this trailer freed up for its next adventure. Good morning, folks. We're about ready to pull this motor out now. I'm gonna uncover it. There's supposed to be a 40+% chance of rain pretty much all day. I'm trying to get this motor out as quick as I can so I can get to the dump before it rains hopefully, so it doesn't turn into a muddy, sloppy mess and I have trouble getting in and out of the dump with this thing. So let's get after it. I'm going to start the timer now. Let's see how long it takes to get this thing out. Okay folks, we're about 21 minutes in. We've got all the wiring disconnected, all the pieces that connect the motor to the boat I think disconnected. I'm getting ready to hook the chain hoist up, or the engine hoist up to it, see if we can pick it out of there. Let's get after it. Okay folks, that took an additional 12 and some odd minutes. So not too bad, motor's out of the boat, setting almost on the ground. I'm gonna go get my little cart, put that motor on the cart, get it out of the weather. It's starting to rain. So cut that one close, got it out just in time though. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see about getting the rest of this stuff out of the boat that I wanna salvage, but that was the main piece, was the motor. So hope you enjoyed the video. Showed you how simple it is to yank a motor out of a boat. I wasn't worried about scratching up this boat, otherwise I'd have put some more like, moving blankets or something around to keep it from bumping into the boat, but this one I didn't care about. That's just one of the other precautions you can take. I unhooked everything I said I was gonna unhook. She came free. The last fight I had was the coolant hose that comes to the front of the motor was hooked in the very back where I couldn't see it. Once I got the motor free, I could see it, got it out of there. We're all done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. Guys, get out there and do something fun. Enjoy your life. Don't let fear rule your life. Michael out.